So I was starting to question myself if 4 lights was gonna be enough. Oh yeah, check this out. So welcome back to the Chop Shop, everybody. We're gonna have a little fun in this episode and do some work that's been a long time coming. So recently we just did a barn addition over here. Thanks to everyone over at Backwoods Buildings. We just ordered in a truss kit, and y'all, I'm absolutely loving all this room this addition gave me. So now we've got storage room out here. This is not where this is staying. We got all this work room, but here's a problem. No electrical and, well, no lights over here. So this part of the barn's lit up great. We got some of those Hyperlite High Bay lights out here that work phenomenal. By the way, today's video is sponsored by Hyperlite. We're gonna be installing some of their long LED 8-foot lights over here. I've never used these before, I'm curious about it. Y'all been running Hyperlite for years. I've got them in every barn but one. Some of them are many, many years old. I've never had a light go bad. They are fantastic quality lights. I'll put links down in the description. So something else I want to do, I want to get my little storage shed painted up here, and this mess right here, not working for me. I've only got one outside plug, and I've got all kinds of stuff like my fuel pumps, diesel and gasoline pump plugged in over here. We're not doing that no more. And I'm thinking somewhere right here, we're gonna put another outlet in. I bought some special ones along with a weatherproof switch in there, a full enclosure. So we have multiple outlets when we're working with stuff, running fans, and extension cord. And it's real easy to pull up here at nighttime, flip a switch, and we can turn on these barn lights. Right now, you have to unlock and go inside. That's not a good solution. All right, so as you can see, we are nice and painted up. Gonna let everything dry, and now we can move on to some electrical. So let me show you some of these boxes that I picked up off of Amazon. Quite happy with them for the price. Never seen anything quite like it, but I think it's gonna work great for an application like this. So these are outdoor rated. They're also stamped, so they should be nice and safe. But check out this box right here. So we can mount from the bottom, we can mount from the side. It comes with lots of different adapters, or from the back, which is how we're gonna go through the wall. But this one has a built-in 20 amp GFI plug already. And it's got a switch in here as well, already pre-wired in. And the nice thing about this is I can plug something in and still close this, run out the bottom. I like that. So I think I'm gonna mount right here. That way I can plug my fan and cord reel into this. It's up nice and high to where I can quickly reach and grab it and flip my lights on. We're gonna rewire these lights into this switch panel. And then I'm definitely gonna leave this out here, so whenever I've got tools or equipment on this little workbench, I can just plug into this one, since both receptacles are gonna be used up in this for my fan and my cord reel. Now over here on this side, we're gonna put this box, very similar, except instead of 2 switches, has 2 GFI plugs in it. Love it. So I'm gonna mount that somewhere right over here. Now, the diesel pump, the fuel pump, and the cord that goes up and over and runs my hoist over here, well, we can wire that right into this box as well, put it on a heavy duty 20 amp breaker right over here, run all those cords up and in, and well, I should have said this box, because this is that waterproof design as well. We can constantly leave the plugs plugged in and fold this back down and not have to worry about rain getting in. I really, really like these boxes. I also got another one of these right here, and that's gonna be getting mounted somewhere right over in here. So imagine this door's closed, I'll pull up in the dark, I can come over here, flip the switch on this. This is what I'm gonna wire these lights in that I'm waiting to show up in the mail today. We're gonna install those probably tomorrow in this episode. And now I've got me a dedicated 20 amp plug over here. Actually, I've got a receptacle inside. We're just gonna daisy chain off of that. All right, as we step in the room here, I have not talked about my Orient system in a while. Y'all, I've been running these Orient power systems for a couple of years. By the way, I bought this stuff that's out here. My main shop has 2 of these inverters and it's running 240 volt, running 120 volt out here. And I have a lot more batteries running my main shop over there. But I should give them a shout out and talk about this system because I know several of y'all have invested in it. People occasionally talk about it, but this stuff is run 24/7, 365 around the clock. I've got 3 inverters, 5 batteries, I think, maybe 6 batteries. I have lost count. My oldest part of the system is well over 2 years old now, and these inverters are super affordable. And I run all kinds of stuff on these, from lights to sensitive electronics to tools, AC systems, you name it, I run it off of them, and I haven't had any issue. All right, so 120 volts, 6,500 watts is what's powering up this panel right here. I'm about to kill the power on this because I don't want to electrocute myself. It's going to be hard to record in here because I'll have no light once I kill the power. But you can see we got lots more breaker spots. So we're going to go through the wall over here to that one receptacle I was telling you. Go through the wall up here to the switch and other receptacle. so look what showed up in the mail late last night. Here we are next day, and we're gonna wrap this install up. I've got a couple more things to do today. We've got to run wiring underneath, but I got on Hyperlite's website like I typically do whenever I need lighting, and I discovered they have 8-foot long lights, which sounds perfect. Those are 12-foot bays, so I figured a single 8-foot light in the middle would give me adequate light to pull in, make sure I'm not stepping on a snake, tripping over something, and pull out. Now, in Hyperlite's defense, they actually ran a program, and they'll do this for you. Give them the height, the width, and length of your building, and they actually ran a program, recommended 2 8-foot lights per bay, but I decided to do only 4 lights total, 1 per bay. Now, the reason I went against the recommendation is, one, I don't want lighting out there for work. I'm not working. I'm just needing adequate light to make sure I can walk through the area, not trip over a piece of equipment, for example. 2, this entire barn is run on solar. So if I do come out here and work at night, I'm gonna have a workstation over here with an additional light I'm gonna put in. I may have several hundred watts worth of high bay lights on, so I've got to be very careful how much I run. I could be running fans and all as well. So I'm very conscious about how much power that I use until I can get some more batteries or expand my system out here. Now, the cool thing about these lights as well, just like the recent high bay lights that I put in the barn over at the river property, these are fully adjustable and selectable. So I can choose different wattage as well if I want to turn down the brightness, up the brightness, or in my case, save power for the solar battery that I'm running off of in there. I've personally never installed lights this large. Typically these are for indoors, but that's a fully covered area. So I feel confident these will be okay. But look at that, 8-foot long lights. Wow, they're extremely light. That's good. Before we wrap this episode up, we'll kick them on tonight and check everything out. They also have these in 4-foot versions as well. So if you're curious about these or like the way they look, we'll find out here shortly. I will have a link down in the description. All right, so let's take a look at them. Yeah, very lightweight, lots of mounting holes. Should be quick and easy to put up by myself. The wiring comes out the back, but what you can do is you also knock out plugs on the end, which is what I'm gonna use. Run my wire in, and then I'm just gonna daisy chain from one light to another, nice, quick, and easy with the coated wire that I already have for install. Now here's the model I got. If you're interested, again, a link will be down in the description. These are also color changing, 3500, 4K, or 5000. I'll go ahead and do the super bright white 5000. And they've got multiple different models. I chose the ones that can do 50 watts, 64 watts, or 80 watts. We'll probably, since we're only doing a single light in each bay, do 80 watts. But if we find they're adequate, we could turn them all the way down to 50 to help save on my solar system and battery if I find that I'm working out here a lot at nighttime. All right, so I'm popping the light itself out. I want to take a look on the inside on the color changing. Oh, nice. Okay, good deal. So these are made to pop out. I was trying to figure out how I was going to install this. And they already have cables attached right here so you can let the light dangle. But you can see they just snap into clips right here. Oh, that might be what those buttons are for. So here's where we can color change and wattage change. It's already on 80 watts, 5000 Kelvin. So that's where I'm going to leave it. And again, I'm going to pull these wires in. You can also wire in a dimmer to these. That's why there's extra wires right here. All we're focused on is the ground, the neutral, and the hot. Okay, so I just wired in our lights. So let's flip the switch and see what happens. All right, we have light. Uh-oh, we have a little bit of a problem, and that's my fault. So it looks like I checked all my lights, turned them to bright, turned them to 5,000 Kelvin, and this one I forgot to check and change. But it's worth showing you. I don't know how well it's picking up. This is a warm light. These are bright white. So that just lets you know that you can change the colors like I've already shown you. Maybe you can see the difference right here. It's a huge difference to me. I'm just going to pop this light back down, flip that switch on the inside, and these will be good to go. Now what I want to check out, we'll come back out here after dark and we'll look and see how good these look. And I'll show you these high bay lights that I've been running from Hyperlite for a while. All right, so here we are. As you can see, it's not pitch black dark, but dark enough to check the lights. I wish my motion lights hadn't kicked on over there, but it is what it is. So I'm under the barn to the camera. Yeah, you can't see nothing, but I can barely see by eye. So what I'm mostly interested in, let's go over here to this light switch. I want to check out these new lights. I'll show you the other ones as well. So here we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is awesome. So I was starting to question myself if 4 lights was going to be enough. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. So if I need to come out here and tinker on the tractor, which I'll go to my shop over there to do that, but if I need to come out here, you know, to just check something real quick, load up before daylight in the morning, or if I come back after dark, I just got off this tractor, been doing some work. Look at the room I have. I'm not going to trip over nothing, I'm not going to step on a snake or anything like that. Oh yeah, that is awesome. Okay, it's actually a little brighter than I was expecting. Must say, I'm loving those 8-foot lights. All right, you want to see something super impressive? Loving this. Dark out here. Don't forget, there's just 4 lights, or 4 round lights, but oh my, are they so powerful. I love these lights. So we come over here to this new switch we wired in, really easy. Check this out. What do you think about that? Look at this now. Oh my, yeah. I can absolutely come out here at nighttime and do some work. And I will, especially in the heat or something like this. I mean, I've got enough light, I can run the sawmill. We got something special going on in this area right here where I am gonna be doing a lot of work coming up. Look at this. Again, loading up before daylight. If I'm gonna haul a bunch of equipment to another property or to a job, this is awesome. Oh, this makes me so happy. Nice clean lights, receptacles everywhere. Everything has its own individual plug. You can see I wound up moving my cord reel over here. I love these things. 50-foot cord reel. So if I need to go over there and say I got a dead battery and charge something, you know, I was playing around, do I run and start installing outlets everywhere? I don't really need them out here when you can just put one cord reel in, plug it in over here, still have a receptacle available to me. And that cord reel I can pull anywhere. So if I need to run a fan all the way over there, no problem. Run a battery charger to any one of these things, no problem. A huge shout out and thank you to Hyperlite for sponsoring this episode. Y'all, they make fantastic lights. I cannot brag enough about these high bay lights. Now I'm loving these new strip lights. They have so much more on their website, including neon signs and everything else. You see our shop is decked out with it. And I promise you, I've been running their lights for years. Very well made. I have never once had a single light go bad. Never had to contact them for a warranty claim. Nothing. They're worth the money. They're really good lights. Thank y'all so much for watching. This was a fun episode. I'm so glad it's behind me. Now we get to work. Catch you on the next one.